In 1972, I began working with prisoners, and I really enjoyed what I discovered there. It was a very profoundly human environment. But in 1980, one of my brothers was murdered, brutally murdered, and I was sent then to try to re-examine my whole purpose and what I was doing with prisoners. And this is when I discovered restorative justice, and it became for me like a lifeline, because restorative justice says, you know, when there's a crime, it's much more than the breaking of a law, it's the breaking down of human relationship in a community where real people have hurt real people, and it calls you to expand your heart and your mind to say, you know, crime is much more than the breaking of a law. It has affected people in the community. There's the needs of the victim, but there's also like the offenders. And so you need to learn through restorative justice to broaden your view, to widen your heart, and also that your embrace may reach and include all the three people from the community: the victim, the offender, and the community involved in crime. Now, when I retired in 2006, I never thought I would experiment or experience what restorative justice could do, like in post-genocide Rwanda. And I have been there now 5 times, and it is amazing that restoration can come out of atrocities like the genocide was. And you see the power then of the vision, and you see how much restorative justice can be the type of vision that allows you to walk through the worst of situation and come up with a sense of hope and a sense of renewal. And so I say that restorative justice has kind of given me a lifeline, and I think that people in the communities should learn what is restorative justice, should study it, should see all the application. It is not a magic formula, it is not a magic wand, it is a call to personalize and humanize the criminal justice system much more than it is, and I think we'd all benefit from it.
A couple of cases that I've worked on recently have related to involving the Indo-Canadian community and different age groups in the Indo-Canadian community, both teenagers, young kids that are still in middle school, kids that are in high school, as well as adults who are still struggling to find their way economically and culturally in this community. And so I would really like to see restorative justice have more of a representation from not only the Indo-Canadian community, who represents at least 13 to 15% of the population in this community, but also the Asian community generally, Vietnamese, Chinese, and Korean. And I would like to see more representation of those people on our board and as mentors and mediators, so that they can integrate and build relationships within the community that are really strong, and they're going to address the issues that immigrants often have and that immigrant families have, of feeling like they belong and feeling like they're contributing to the community. So that's part of my passion.
Well, what I'm working in ORJA is the Restorative Action Program in schools, and what we're doing there is trying to deal with the small cases that rise from any kind of incidents that happen between students at schools. I have already seen major differences we have made in some of the students' lives, and impact we've had when we deal with people and show them that we care. We're not going to have a system of punishment, rather we're just trying to talk about the incident, the harm that was caused, and how they can basically restore the relationship among themselves. And not only that, but also be examples for everybody else in school. and also help the community, just the general community inside schools, to deal better with cases when they come up. We had recently, there was a case when they were saying, yeah, we're going to make sure we build our relationship, then we build our class, and we're going to build our school, and maybe we can build this world. And they did the high five, and these are two kids who were just in a pretty nasty fight just the week before. Made me feel good and made me see what potential this program has in Abbotsford.
Well, I think it's a real privilege for Abbotsford School District to be involved with restorative action in our schools. I think mainly what it does, it gives the kids tools on how to reconcile things, how to deal with things in a proper way, how to take ownership of actions that they've taken. And it allows them peer-to-peer to be able to resolve issues, because we all know that we learn things from a young age. We have wounds from a young age that carry with us throughout life, and this is one way to resolve those things. The judicial system many times doesn't allow people to actually meet the victim and be able to express remorse for what they've done, and also hear from the victim what they've done. And restorative action in our schools allows kids the tools to actually do that, to actually bring people together and say, hey, you hurt me in this way. And the person has the opportunity to face that person and say, listen, I'm really sorry. And then they find a way to reconcile, find a way to make things right. And those are tools they can take with them for the rest of their life. Instead of walking away with a wound or with a hurt, they walk away with tools on how to make things better for their own life, but also make things better for other people. So it's a real honor for School District 34 to be in partnership with Restorative Justice and to bring that to our students and to teach them the tools that'll carry with them for the rest of their life. And I think it'll only make our community better and make our world better. So it's an honor, an absolute honor for us to be involved in this way.